I am addicted to Black Ops 6 Zombies right now, so much so that whenever I come home from work, I would just hop onto my PC and play one game of Zombies so I can complete some camo challenges as I'm working towards getting the Mastery camo. Now, like I mentioned, I play the PC version of Black Ops 6, and taking with you a gaming desktop isn't really a great option, and sometimes taking a gaming laptop can also have its own quirks to it. But I recently got myself this. This is the OneXPlayer Mini Pro, and I was so lucky to get this via Facebook Marketplace from a seller who knew nothing about this handheld and how to work it. What he told me was that the control sticks for some odd reason were just not responsive and just not working for him. And I told him that I'm still interested and decided to just pick it up. And even if it didn't work or anything, I could have just given it to my girlfriend and she could have just used this as like her own kind of for now gaming PC desktop. And I would just try to like fix the analog sticks later on in the future. But thankfully, I was actually able to go ahead and solve what the problem was with this device. Basically, all that the person had to do was just recalibrate the joysticks. It was such a simple fix. Though when the person did give it to me, he was trying to delete everything on the PC, but little did he know that he was also deleting Windows off of this device. So when I first actually got this device, I had to also go ahead and re-download Windows, and that took me like a good 3 hours or so just because I had to get Windows on a USB thumb drive, then plug it back into the device and all of that stuff. And then later on, I figured out that actually I can just go into the BIOS of the OneXPlayer and re-download Windows and its own software that way too. So it took me a whole 3 hours to finally be able to download Steam and get my games downloaded onto this device. But yeah, that's basically the story about how I got this thing. But I do have previous knowledge of handheld PCs, as a year prior to this, I actually used to own a Steam Deck, which I also got, funny enough, on Facebook Marketplace. When it came with the Steam Deck though, the reason why I got rid of it, it was just because I'm more of a PC gamer who has games on other application stores such as Epic Games and Ubisoft Connect and other services, and not just Steam. Me not being able to access my other games was kind of a big deal for me, but it became more of a bigger deal for me when it came due to some of the games on the Steam Deck not being able to work because of the anti-cheats that some games have were not compatible with Linux. So sometimes with those games, it just would not let me play, for example, like Call of Duty. Kind of became a big issue, and just having to reinstall or just download Windows off of the Steam Deck, you're now actually able to go ahead and do that, but it's kind of a long process, and I just didn't really have much time, and I just didn't really want to bother with it. So I just kind of decided to just get rid of it. And even then, for me, I've always wanted a Windows PC handheld, and when the ROG Ally was announced and even the Lenovo Legion Go, I wanted one so badly, but just didn't have the funds for it at the time. The reason why I wanted those handhelds more so was just because they were using Windows, so it's an operating system that I'm just more accustomed to. Even though I was actually able to learn Linux and get tons of emulators to work on it on my Steam Deck, I just felt more comfortable for me to be here using a Windows handheld. And though I will say, when it comes to these Windows handheld PCs, they do of course come with their normal Windows PC jank that you'll get from them, but it's actually not that bad. And in fact, I honestly had no problem really installing applications on this device, and my girlfriend, from what I could tell, also had no problems when it came with her downloading Stardew Valley mods to work. So overall, I just wanted to say that I've really been enjoying this handheld even more so than the Steam Deck. But this video isn't really about how better Windows handhelds are better than the Steam Deck, or comparing the two or anything, or even doing like a full review of this device. This video is just more so talking about as my whole kind of life, or like my whole experience that I've had with PC handhelds. And what I also want to mention here is, because of the Steam Deck here and it having the backing of Steam, who actually do sell software compared to these other Windows devices, Steam can actually sell the Steam Deck at an affordable price, and that's why on the Steam Deck it's always a lot lower pricing wise than when it comes with other devices like the Asus RG Ally, the Lenovo Legion Go, or even the OneXPlayer. For them, they actually make their money off of actually selling the hardware and not actually selling software. So that's kind of how Steam is able to make some of that income back again for selling the software that they have using their Steam store. Not only that, I also do see the Steam Deck as a perfect introduction to people who want to get more involved with PC gaming, as well as even maybe getting into emulation and just learning about kind of how to get into the whole modding community when it comes to modding your systems and devices. Or, of course, even if it's just somebody who only owns or plays on Steam. How I've always somewhat explained it to people is that Windows handhelds provide a lot more freedom for you to mess around with and modify your system. But with the Steam Decks or Linux, there may be a couple more steps to get something to work, but has a higher security measure to ensure your device doesn't get corrupted or something is to go awry when you're using the system. Not to say that it can't get corrupted or get messed up on its own. I just feel like the Steam Deck, for sure, whenever you're using it, it is a lot more secure. Honestly, you can't go wrong with any handheld PCs, and as long as you know what you're doing or following a guide with certain things that you are doing with the devices, I honestly think that you should be fine. But with me, I've always used Windows PCs for me when it came to just anything my entire life. And so just using that operating system for me is just something that I'm just way more comfortable with. And that's what I also want to just add here is that overall, either you get a Steam Deck machine or any of these other Windows machines, handheld PCs in general are just a perfect complementary devices for any PC gamer. Having the ability to play your games wherever you are is amazing, and I've really been using mine to help me go through my mastery camo grind, but I've also been using it to help me play through games that I own on PC that I haven't even gone around to. Games like Persona 3 Reloaded, Nier Automata, Skur Ritual, Gears of War Ultimate Edition, Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 4, Resident Evil 7, Biohazard. There's just, the list just goes on and on and on for me for games that I actually need for sure go ahead and finish and complete. I also see this device super useful for adults like myself who are always either busy working or doing something that once you get home, you just want to go ahead and rest in bed. At least that's how I get whenever I get done with work. I just get super tired and I just want to rest and just play one quick game of anything really. And so with this Windows handheld PC, it's honestly been helping me for me to just go ahead, lay down in bed with my girlfriend and just watch either YouTube videos with them and just play some Black Ops 6 Zombies or something, or just go for my mastery camo grind while I'm playing. And thanks to that game also having a save and quit function, this combining this with my normal PC has really helped me out a lot for me to continue on my playthrough of whatever round I am or whatever gun I'm working with to get that camo for. When it comes with just handheld PCs, any form really, they're all are just perfect complementary devices for any PC gamer. And not only that, if you're somebody who also loves classic gaming and stuff, and you can also go ahead and, since it is a handheld PC or a Windows PC or even Linux, you can still go ahead and actually download emulators to go ahead and play those classic games like either Nintendo, Sony, or Xbox. Though, of course, depending on just how much power the devices have, some games may vary. But yeah, it's honestly just a perfect way to kind of have all of your games all in one device. Now, this is going to be the one thing that I do want to talk about that's kind of predominant when it came to the OneXPlayer here that I want to mention is that with this one, unfortunately, this is again the OneXPlayer Mini Pro. This one doesn't actually have a micro SD card slot, unfortunately. So with this one, I unfortunately cannot really just expand the storage like you can on the Steam Deck, the ROG Ally, or even the Lenovo Legion Go. But even then, I'm still having a blast, at least again, playing some games that I do want to install or just focus primarily on. Really do recommend handheld PCs, and just if you want to take games with you on the go, this is really the best device or just the best devices to go ahead and do it. And I think we can all agree here that we should all really thank, actually, I'd say Nintendo, Steam. But with the Nintendo Switch, I feel like that kind of pushed it more towards mainstream media to tell people that, hey, you can actually play home console or have home console experiences on the go. And then the Steam Deck showing basically that, yeah, it is 100% possible and also be able to afford it at a really reasonable, affordable price. I honestly want to say thanks to these two companies primarily, it really gave a big, massive resurgence to a lot of other companies wanted to even create their own Windows or just handheld PCs. It's really cool to see that a lot of people are now actually taking more of an interest on Windows or just handheld PCs and showing that there is a great market here. But though I do find it a little bit worrisome now, especially just because since there is a lot of other companies that are focusing on this type of genre here, or this type of category, that it might get just too much to the point where like it's just going to be confusing and just make a lot of people worrying that they're not really putting much effort into either their own kind of design or their own machine really that they're working on. I mean, one of the ones that I like to always think of is Aya Neo, and with their machines, they release a new machine basically almost like every year. And I mean, with those type of companies, I don't really blame them because again, they make their money off of hardware and how much hardware they sell. They don't really make any of their money when it comes to software. So I for sure see companies like Steam and Nintendo, and maybe even Asus and Lenovo, who actually also make their money off of selling other types of like PC setups and just PC accessories like keyboards and mouses. I think those types of people will be able to for sure thrive in this type of category of what they're selling. I guess we'll just see what the future holds really. And yeah, but I just wanted to make this video letting you guys know that that's the reason why I have not been uploading so much recently. I do sincerely apologize. I've just been super busy with work and as well as super busy with grinding Black Ops 6. I'm actually almost done with the Mastery Camo grind actually. I'm still working on Opal, but once I get Opal, I think it's going to be extremely easy to get basically the last two Mastery Camo challenges and then just be done. But yeah, please subscribe to the channel, guys. I do have a lot of other videos that I'm currently working on here. But yeah, that's basically it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And yeah, I'll be seeing you guys in my future videos. Bye, guys.